going on, everybody? At 84 Haverhill Explorers, and we are at another transit place of exploration here. Actually, we're here at Haverhill, Massachusetts, at the Haverhill commuter rail station. It is the last stop for the commuter rail on the Haverhill line, but it is also an Amtrak stop for the Downeaster, which is very convenient if one lives in this part of Massachusetts and is looking to go to Maine and doesn't want to have to go all the way into Boston to get the Amtrak. They can actually pick up a stop here, which is really, really cool. So here we are, we're just waiting for the inbound train to Boston to go to a Red Sox game. But the station's a little confusing because, alright, so there's a boarding area right here. That's typically the boarding area everyone uses on this inbound side over here. There's also a boarding area on the outbound side, which is typically only used for dropping people off the last of the line, and also for the Amtrak service, because I don't think there's any inbound Amtrak in Haverhill. I could be wrong though. Another thing about the station is a little weird, because if you just go down the tracks over the bridge, there's another stop. It's like the Bradford stop, which is literally probably 3 train cards wide the distance. They also don't have a pass over. They built these like temporary like wooden structures that we can walk across to get to the train. The outbound train had just left. I'm not sure if that's our train that turns around, and I'm not sure what the change of the train is over there, but so it is convenient. There is a bridge. So they did this a few years back. They actually built a transit center over here for the, I think it's the MBTA. It's the MBTA, the Merrimack Valley Transit Authority. So basically it does all the buses around the Haverhill area, and it's a nice connection point. MBTA, I'm sorry, Merrimack Valley Regional Transit Authority. Sorry, I thought that would be there. But they have a garage here, so if you need to park or to get into Boston, you can also park down there. It's also a typical commuter rail stop, which is nice. A bunch of restaurants. There's the garage right there, but there's Olivia's over there, which I never eaten before. But if you just walk up this street over here, there's the main drag of downtown Haverhill. That bus is going by right there. It's like 6 or 7 restaurants and bars there. Super convenient. And it's like plenty of places to go. They actually really made this place look nice, considering the fact that Haverhill kind of had a rep for a little while, but it's started becoming like an up-and-coming city because of all the old mills they're converting over to condos, into apartments and stuff. The station kind of has that old school kind of station feel with like the little shelters, the little covered areas and whatnot. But it's basically a stop that like it's in the middle of downtown, but yeah, kind of shoehorn in. Not really planned transit. I do like the big clock up there, which is pretty cool. See how accurate it is. It says it's 20. It's about accurate. It's about 3:30, so I have some time to kill. I have about 20 minutes. I don't know if I have enough time to go to a bar for a quick drink. I think that might be pushing it. My Uber was a little late getting here. But if you do get here early, which I was wanting to do, but things just got delayed, there are plenty of places you go, have a drink, grab a bite to eat while you wait for the train. There is one issue with this train station as we walk into the garage to check it out real quick. Very modern, newer design, everything. It is tough to get an Uber here late at night. At least a couple times I've tried, I had a lot of cancellations. All right, the parking garage is pretty much running no parking. If you're coming here, this is the 3rd floor. That's right there. There's elevators right there. Yada yada yada. You're gonna walk down to like the 2.5 floor. That will get you to the bridge that takes you over to the train station. And I'm a little confused because usually, like I said, you boat over there. There's a ton of people down the other end where the clock is, so I'm not sure what they did, kind of like what they did here. I guess that was an old tunnel or storage area or something like that. They kind of made it look cool, but not bad. As you know from this channel, I do a lot of traveling. I use a lot of transit, public, and basic, so I can have a few cocktails and I go to wherever we're traveling. This station is actually about 10 miles from my house, which is not too bad. It's a quick Uber ride. I think it cost like $17 for an Uber today. Well, I'm just getting for parking. Let's see. I'm trying to hit the button to see what button. Since it is a the last stop / first stop. I do want to make sure I get on the other side because the train will block the entire track and I won't be able to get over because, like I said, there's no bridge. This is like a makeshift little wooden path they put there, which it is what it is. It does its job, I guess. But it's you know, I wonder, because it doesn't even work here, if since the population of the downtown area is actually increasing somewhat and people are actually looking differently at downtown Haverhill, I wonder if this train station is on the list for the MBTA to possibly update, modernize a little bit. Like I said, they do got the transit center over there for the MRTA, but I mean, it could use a little bridge, could use a little freshen up. You know, the orange construction, temporary fencing really isn't flattering, and it is an Amtrak stop. So I mean, I get it. I'm not gonna have the luxuries of an Amtrak station lounge. I'm using that word very liberally, luxury. But as we all know, the Amtrak lounges are hit and miss these days. But I mean, you think it would be a little bit more, well, like at least a closed shelter. So I've taken this in the wintertime once and I froze my ass off. I actually hung out in the parking garage vestibule, which was semi-warm, even though it's still open to the rest of the garage. It still had a little more protection, but all they have is these like behind me. They have two over here and then one down there. That's it, you know. And then the Bradford station, actually, which is funny, actually has like an old station. I think it's a convenience store in there, or a coffee shop in there. I can't remember. I had to use that station once, and like I said, it's literally like 3 train lengths away from here. I had to use it once because this one was closed because they're doing construction on the bridge. So basically the only difference between here and Bradford is there's a bridge that goes over the Merrimack River, and Bradford is technically part of Haverhill, but people who live there are kind of like, oh, we're our own town kind of thing, even though everything's Haverhill. They vote for Haverhill. Their address is still technically Haverhill, and you know, all that stuff. But you know, other than that, and that's not, surprisingly, it's not bad. Pretty busy actually, considering being so close to this one. But what I did figure out was they are building a lot of apartments over there. So I think the idea of having that stuff there is actually going to make sense in the future. Right now, it makes very little sense of how close it is to this one. But for the fact that they're building new apartments there, it's going to be kind of like a, you know, hey, you live here, boom, go right to the apartments. My buddy who lived in Salem, on the Salem stop on the MBTA commuter rail, and he lived in an apartment building that was literally in the parking garage of or parking lot rather, of the train station. So it was literally a walk and you were there. So very convenient. I do wish the commuter rail ran more frequently and ran later. For me to get up here, the last train is around 10 o'clock or 10:15 or something like that. Not very convenient after a Red Sox game. It's going to take at least 45 minutes to get to Fenway. Game gets over at 10. I'm not going to miss my train. And where I live, I can kind of I have a variety of lines. I can take the Lowell line, which is a little further away. I can take the Newburyport line, which goes the opposite way. That doesn't run as frequently. And the Haverhill is the most convenient out of all, to be honest with you. But I really wish the commuter rail ran more frequently. It's kind of like the Metro North down in Connecticut. You know, even if it was once an hour or once every hour and a half, you know, after a certain time, I would appreciate that, because at least if you go into a game or something like that, you have some time to chill and everything like that. You know what I mean? You don't have to like rush, leave the game early, whatever. You still get a drink and hang out, you know? So that's the convenient part. But the MTA, apparently MBTA doesn't give a shit about drinking and driving. And that's the biggest thing they had. And they made complaints when they ran the Night Owl for all those years, saying that, oh, no one's using it. But like, people use it. I used the Night Owl. It basically was a bus that ran on the train line, like alongside of the train. Very convenient. But parking's not bad here, like I said. It's tight. So if you can't get a spot in the garage, or I should say, if you can't get a spot over here, you can get a spot in the garage. And the garage is several stories high. Plenty of space to park. So I've never been here in the morning, and I don't know what the morning commute's like, but I can tell you right now, those people are going in the wrong direction, because they're going to the Red Sox game, clearly, because they're wearing Red Sox shit, and they're on the outbound train station. Someone should tell me. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to start doing some more transit. I'm going to try to basically. Try to visit a lot of these stops along the line that I've traveled in before and give you some history on them. Because the MBTA Commuter Rail line is pretty intense with their stops. But like I said, they don't run very frequently. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think about the stop if you used this before, and if you know anything about it. And we'll see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and click the alarm so whenever you get notification, we get new ones. See you later. Bye.